Chop it up, 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 let's talk. Let's talk. Chop it up, 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 let's talk. Let's talk. Chop it up, 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 let's talk. Chop it up.
Yo, 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 yo. It's the Chop It Up podcast. It's your host, your boy Hog Life, and your co host, my special guest, also a new co host. Introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up? This is Merles. I make music, fuck around with audio, and just knowledge in general. We're chopping it up.
Dope, dope. You know, this Chop It Up podcast, man, and we got the topics on deck. You know what we got on the chopping block. But before we get to talking about the chopping block, we want to get to know our co host, who's also an artist. Tell them about yourself, how long you been performing. If you got any new projects coming out, if you want to plug your links, all that, man.
Definitely, thank you. So, I started recording. In around 2016, I started writing because you listen to rap for a long time. It's a fucking amazing extension of cultural music, just in general. When it comes to poetry and improvisational links to like jazz and such other things. And really just that build up made me want to start writing because I'd been writing poetry before. It was something I was intrigued in. So I started writing and I didn't really get anywhere. I was focused on school and other things. But sometime around last year, I was making more money. I was working and I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I have all this spare time. I'm not doing shit in my life. I'm smoking too much weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever feel
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
just smoke too much weed and you feel like a lazy? Have you ever played like a fuck ton of video games and just smoked too much weed and you're like,
yeah,
God damn, I got to do something?
yeah. I've been there
Well,
before.
I picked up a microphone, looked at a couple bars, and around at December last year, I started recording something, and I put out my first EP, "Good Times Quickies." I don't know. Do you smoke blunts?
Yeah,
All right, Good Times. Like the 4K pack.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Well,
out.
uh, fuck buying expensive guards, bro. 4Ks. It's all about quantity over quality. It's
Yeah,
tobacco either way. So
yeah.
I'm making a series of EPs called Good Times Quickies because Good Times is the brand that makes the 4Ks, and I got to pay
Okay.
respect and homage to all the great ideas I've come through smoking weed and just writing. So I'm making EP with 5 tracks because most 4Ks come in a 4 pack, but if they're really good, you get that extra one. So all
Right.
my shit is gonna get that extra one. I've
Right.
made 2 so far. The third one's in the mixing process. I've written about half of it. I've recorded about, I would say, about half of it as well. I'm
Yeah.
mixing 1 or 2 songs right now. So sometime around October, maybe it will be out already. I'm not going to give a hard date because this is a hobby at the end of the day. It's for fun. And you shouldn't kill yourself over something you enjoy. Uh,
Right.
but but it's coming. Um,
Exactly. So you gonna perform later on for us? What is you gonna perform?
So the track I'm gonna perform later is from a group I work with. We're called No One's Hiring because shit's tough out here, bro. Shit's
Yeah.
hard. Not just in the music, in life. We live
Hmm.
in this dystopia capitalist economy where if you have a job, it fucking sucks. And you work in
Hmm.
this dead end world, regardless, even if you're doing something you really fucking enjoy. Say you like to do fucking advertising and you work on a marketing campaign. At some point, no matter what you do, you are going to hit a dead end. And that's gonna be your cap. That's gonna be where you're at. And if you don't find something else to fulfill your life, something fun, uh, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. And
Yeah.
that's what me and a bunch of group of great beat makers and rappers and mixing engineers from around the world. Really, we got one from Macedonia, we got some from like Scotland, the UK, we got a boy over Arizona. I'm in Texas, uh, and we just make music and we all make that fucking boom bap style.
Oh man, that sound like a plan in the process, man. But we gonna move forward. First topic on the chopping board. I'm excited today because there's a lot going on. First topic on the chopping board. Takashi 69 does a video in Brooklyn. This is Pop Smoke on Egg Live. Listen, this is how I feel about. Takashi 69. First of all, I don't like rats or no. Second off, dude, you did all this stuff. You went to jail. At least come home humble. Like you been on some real cocky stuff. Like Charlamagne the guy once said, you gonna either end up in jail or dead. Make a choice because the way you going, that's what it's gonna be, man. Because you being too cocky, and then the goons in New York had you up. I made you leave the restaurant. You got checked out of the restaurant. Like, is you dumb, stupid? Like, it's your choice. I'm just saying. I'm
I agree
just saying.
100%, but I also think it's deeper than that, man. Okay, let's just talk about marketing. This man is like a fucking Republican, if you think about it. So, Republicans will say the most flagrant fucking shit and do the exact opposite and not
Right,
miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll say the craziest shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck women's rights. I'm not going to say it
right,
in those words, but they're going to be like, I don't believe religiously that women should have the right to choose what they do with their body. Essentially saying fuck women's rights. And then they'll go and do whatever they want. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Their bills don't always necessarily equal the things they say. Like they say they're anti big government, but all they do is support corporations. You know what I'm saying? Like it sometimes goes opposite of what they say.
right.
And it's really frustrating. Takashi does the same thing. He talks about he's going to fucking, he whenever he raps, all I hear is an angry man. Crazy angry man. So let's not even discuss the rapping because I don't think he's that good to begin with. Not saying
Right,
that I'm the fucking, like I have some ego or anything. Just objectively, I don't think he brings a lot of originality and talent to the table. But the
right.
man spurs up trouble to get, to distract of what he's doing. You know, seems like an agitator, but all he does is collab with big artists.
Right,
All he does is play the game like a Republican. It's
right.
a marketing scheme at the end of the day. It's a way to sell his shitty fucking video. Let's be honest.
Well, he paying for views anyway. So I mean, he paying for views. So I mean, okay, it is decent marketing and things, and you paying for views too. So I mean, I think that they should be expected from 6ix9ine right now. But side note, Bobby Smurder is coming home. Free the real from behind the walls. Bobby Smurder is coming on. Now, if you don't know who Bobby Smurder is, Bobby Smurder came out 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and
Almost
he
seven.
was in it
Almost seven,
almost
man.
seven. In his first year of
It's
the
been a
contract, man.
longer than Meek Mill, bro. He was in there.
Right.
It was. This has been a long battle.
Yeah. Man, free. I'm happy he coming home. And somebody made a comment they should leave New York. I believe so also. It's just because it's high. A lot of rappers.
But is it too long?
Right. A lot of rappers is not. No. He's still relevant this day as much relevant today as he was back then. A lot of people, his buzz came back like within the last year, so he's definitely relevant right now. If he drops something right now, the streets are going to erupt. He's going to do bigger numbers than 6ix9ine. Period. 6ix9ine paid for his views, but still,
Fair enough. I mean, same happened with Meek. I thought whenever Meek was going through all that bullshit, I was like, damn, that career is fucking done. Career is fucking done. But I mean, he keeps having these fucking collabs with knowledge, all this shit. He has this ability to still stay relevant and still have a respect. And I think Bobby Smurda uh is an equal when it comes to certain things like that. Like I think it will mirror uh the journey that Meek Mill took.
exactly, exactly. Next on the chopping block, man. Kill Men GoFundMe account. $200 is what they was trying to raise. $200 to kill men. Now this is women, mind you, made a GoFundMe account and they named it Kill Men. I don't know if it was somebody being funny, somebody that was joking. I don't know what the hell was going on. I seen this and I was like, oh, listen, we already had no problem with the police. Yeah, now we got
So what I think this is, and I'm not like a political science major, and I don't like know the ins and outs, but I see this a lot, and I watch a good bit of politics, or at least pundits, discussing theory, just different things. This seems like political theater. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a troll,
Hmm.
just to agitate, the left in general. I know I don't like to say the left as some boogeyman out there, which I believe I am a part of, in left leaning politics ideology. Um, but I see a lot of conservatives will say these flagrant shit just to agitate other conservatives. It's a political theater game. And I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't a fucking Me Too movement or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like some third movement feminism people, like that. Actually, it would surprise me if that was the case. I'm more likely to be inclined that this was some ploy played by like a conservative member of the group just to trigger the liberals or whatever they like to fucking call it, instead of focusing on something like substantive policy, maybe police reform, maybe Medicare for all, maybe a living fucking wage, maybe something that would
So,
actually benefit society. Like I'm so tired.
so yeah, right. Instead of something like Trump trying to ban TikTok, which is our next topic on the chopping block. But how in the hell? What? Why would you want to ban TikTok? What did the kids do? You Trump?
Well, the kids are. This is my girlfriend fucking absorbs fucking TikTok. I mean, I don't know if you've talked to a woman, they fucking
Right.
absorb TikTok. I mean, men too. I'm not trying to exclude. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not personally a big social media guy. I keep to the shadows, do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of, I guess you could call them Zoomers, or that age group. The 16 to 20 or 22 age range, I believe. A lot of them are speaking out and becoming more politically active, and a lot of it's happening on TikTok. And they've
Right.
trolled Donald Trump and the conservative right a lot in the
Right.
last past year. I remember the Tulsa convention that happened earlier this year.
Yeah. Well, all the people got sick. Yeah.
Yeah, but remember when he was coming, he had a million people had already like preemptively asked for tickets. That was a TikTok joke. Some, I believe Elijah Daniels, if my girlfriend's to be believed, I'm not gonna look up the story, you know what I'm saying? Elijah Daniels asked a bunch of his followers to sign up for that rally, knowing that none of us are gonna go, and it made him look like a complete fucking fool. So I think it's a political move, and like you insinuated earlier, it's a business move, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, Microsoft is interested.
Yeah, right. Then they come out with the statement that the White House was gonna get a percentage. That's what it's all about. It's a business move. And I think it's that too, killing two birds with one stone. It could be, but at the end of the day, we got to realize Trump is a businessman. He's not a people's president. He's a business president.
At all. He's not a people's person at all.
Right. And that's the logic on that. I don't know. It's so many thoughts and processes going through my head with that topic. With the Microsoft thing, it might be a good deal for Microsoft to buy it, but I think they try. Think about it. The pressure that they get, that Microsoft probably will get it for a cheaper value than it would originally
Oh
got.
yeah, and I'm now that Microsoft has come out that they might be acquiring TikTok as an intellectual property. Um, it's interesting to see now he's attacking other American companies that just so happen to be owned by a Chinese company like Riot Games. Riot Games makes 1.6 billion dollars in revenue in North America every year, with only expecting to go up. I mean, they're fucking League of Legends. I don't remember exactly what the World Series pool was, but I believe it was like $1.5 million for the winning team. It's huge. People spend a ton of money, and then there's also Tencent also owns Fortnite. Tencent also owns Clash of Clans. Tencent also owns a game I play, which is another Riot game, which is Legends of Runeterra. It's like a card game like fucking Magic or Hearthstone, and I think this could be a ploy to ring more, you know, change the
It's the big.
company from a Chinese company being the shareholder majority to an American company.
I mean, it really could, because they want to take the Chinese out the equation. in a lot of ways because of not dealing with COVID-19. So it could be side note, side note. Cardi B OnlyFans partnership. Hmm.
Oh shit. Especially, I believe she just released a an interview with Charlemagne. Uh, my girlfriend was watching it. I just turned off her TV because she passed out. But she was talking about releasing another album, and then she just
Yeah,
released like a song called "WAP" with Meg.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That I heard it's a manga. I heard it's a eat all made manga. That's unfortunate what happened to me with Tory Lanez. The last video of him was him screaming at a goddamn dog as he was getting deported. Yeah, it's just a lot going on.
And what do you think about that, bro? What do you think about
So,
the shooting, or alleged? We still don't know what happened.
mhm. I think, well, I did my research on it, and she said that she never said his name specifically. She just said she was shot in both uh, feet, the shin of her feet, which is the back part. Uh, I guess she was trying to leave. They got in an argument or something. Men in their pride in this one. Like, she lucky he didn't kill her. Like she said, she lost her mom and her daddy just basically. Uh, she thought that by putting her trust in other people that this type of thing wouldn't happen. But that's how it is. You know, that's like friends close and enemies close. You got to watch who you bring in your circle.
Definitely. Would you have liked to see a Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion? Would you like to see a collab like that though? If this wouldn't have happened.
I think it would have been nice. It would have been decent. It would have been similar to the one she did with Moneybag. It would it would have did numbers. It would have been interesting. It would have did numbers. I don't think I per se would wanted to see it, but it would have did numbers. Not saying that I'm not a big fan or a Tory Lanez fan.
You're not a Meg fan?
It's just I'm not a big. I'm okay with Megan Thee Stallion. I'm just not a big Tory Lanez fan.
Oh man, I could discuss the theory and the evolution of the Rap a Lot records and how Meg is pushing that since we've seen the failures of the Rap a Lot records in the past, I would say 20 years. And this might be the first success of that direct lineage in a long time, and it's really exciting to see it.
Yeah, yeah. On the chopping block next. Rick Ross versus Two Chains. Two Chains burned the strippers, y'all. He was cheating. He was cheating. He was cheating. Two Chains. He was cheating. And you gonna bring?
2 Chainz known for that, bro. 2 Chainz is known for being, like, extravagant. That's his thing. He's
Right.
doesn't he have a YouTube series where he, tastes, smokes, and interacts with the most expensive things in the world?
Oh yeah, yeah. He eats a lot of the most expensive food. Yeah,
That's just his
yeah.
style.
That's just him. That's just him. That's that Atlanta. Just him. You know, Atlanta bunch of strip clubs and strippers and a good life. Yeah, you know, that's just his vibe. But it was a good classic versus battle between the two. Um, yeah, Rick Ross dropped a new single. Damn, what's the name? Uh, he was dissing he was dissing Terry Crews in that single, the new single.
Oh,
Cause yeah,
damn, really?
yeah, he threw a couple of diss shots at Terry Crews. Terry Crews had you know, been saying some stuff negatively towards the black community. I forgot what he said. All lives matter. Some pertains to the all lives matter thing that he said.
Yeah, he was very for all lives matter in general. And he was just basically saying some pick up your pick yourself up by your bootstrap bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I agree, you know what I'm saying? At a face value, picking up by your bootstraps is like an American theme, I guess, if you want to say it, but it's not always the case. And looking at a complicated issue like poverty, just in general, not even saying poverty in the black community, poverty in other communities, or if you want to like dissect it like that, you can. But just poverty in general, it doesn't work like that. So I think the median income for of Americans is $40,000. If you make $40,000 a year, uh, about 80% of that it has to go to surviving.
Right.
And You know what I'm saying? Like 80% of those funds are going to go to surviving. And that's a very conservative like estimate. I mean, I would say around, maybe almost 89 to 91% of that income you're going to get over that year will go to just survival needs, rent, food, electricity, water, whatever the fuck you want to say, car bill, all that shit, bills you need to survive. If you're spending over 89% of your income to survive, how are you supposed to invest? How are you supposed to save? How are you supposed to pick yourself up by your bootstraps? And even if you do, the amount of time you will need to do it, it'll be a decade and you'll still be
Mm,
marginally poor. And the only way to do that is to increase wages. The only way to effectively get someone out of there is to liquidate and put more liquid capital into someone's pocket and teach them how to properly invest that. And we don't have programs. We don't have the ability at this point in time and legislative means to cause that change in a mass amount of our community, me included. Like, you know what I'm saying? I last year I made like $35,000 a year. There's no fucking way
mm,
that, and I rent a 2-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would consider that pretty fucking good for the amount of money I made last year.
no,
I There's no fucking way I could have, say, invested in a company and recurred benefits more than, say, a marginal small sum.
no.
So I hate it whenever people come here and go on media or of any form and say, just pick yourself up by your bootstraps. That's simplifying the issue, and it's simply not true.
Mm, right. Side note, side note. Snoop Dogg's top 10 MCs. Number 10, Too Short. Number 9, Ice T. Number 8, Big Daddy Kane. Number 7, D from the DMC, Run DMC. Run. Number 6, Run from Run DMC. Number 5, Rakim. Number 4, KRS-One. Number 3, LL Cool J. Number 2, Ice Cube. And his number 1 top MC, Slick Rick. A lot of people don't like his list, but they don't understand he has a list of legends, not just
Well, you also have to understand what era he's from. Bro, he was releasing music at his adolescence in 1996. I believe that came out the year I was born. Yeah, 1996 was when Doggy Style came out. This man grew up listening to those people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm going to list the amount of people that I think is influential, it would be people that I grew up listening to. It doesn't have to be people he finds today. He's already like over 40. Who the fuck is going to
right,
inspire him now? He's an old man. So I
right,
know a lot of people got mad because Eminem wasn't in there, but like, Jesus Christ, Eminem wasn't around anywhere. Like, there wasn't Eminem whenever he was being inspired to write Doggy Style. You know who
right.
was? Every fucking person you just named. And every fucking person you just named was highly influential to creating a basis of more than just basic fucking hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, more than just what it was in the late 70s.
Exactly. Like, I agree. I totally agree. I didn't feel any kind of way about his list legends on it. I feel like he missed people like Tupac, maybe Biggie, but I understand his list.
But I think
Um,
he thinks of those people as his peers. They are past and they are gone, and that may have elevated their status. But you gotta look at the time when he was at his prime, which was in the '90s, or
some of
maybe.
these people not gone. I mean, Too Short not
No,
gone.
I'm
Ice
talking
T,
about. Yeah, no, you're right. None of the people in his list are actually dead, that to my knowledge.
right?
Uh, but the like Tupac and Biggie, those were his contemporaries. Those are people he was releasing music right when they were releasing music. So he
Hmm.
can't think of them as anything but his peers.
Okay, yeah, man. Okay,
Same with Eminem. I mean, he released was it 1998? That, if anything, s- Eminem is a contemporary or a descendant of the music that came before him, which includes Snoop Dogg. So how can someone who came after Snoop Dogg be someone that Snoop Dogg takes influence from?
I mean that's understandable. Understanding. It's unfortunate, but it happened. Like I love his list. Like I said, but I was trying to see what was his mind state in making the list. Because most lists will be debatable from here to the moon. Somebody gonna say somebody should be in some position. You know what I'm saying? But Well, I just was curious of his mind state. If, like I said, if his mind state, he said the greatest MCs of his top 10 MCs, and that's why he didn't specify top MCs of what this era, top MCs of all time. It's just his top MCs, and I think that's was the confusion setting. But I understand this list. I respect it. You know, I respect it. You know,
Oh yeah, definitely. I do too. I mean, everyone he mentioned. The only thing I take problem with in the list is he put two members of the same group. I wish he would have chose one over the other and put someone else in it. But other than that, everyone he mentioned made a fucking difference to the art that we listen to today. I
absolutely
mean, would we have storytelling without Slick Rick?
right.
Would we have complicated bars without Rakim?
Right,
Would we have hype music without Rem DMC?
right, right. Exactly. You know that pimping like
Did he put anyone from Public Enemy on there?
no.
I would have liked to see that instead. Maybe someone from Public Enemy in one of the Run DMC
I mean, he got
songs.
Big Daddy Kane. That's what I'm saying. He got some decent names. Too Short, Big Daddy Kane, KRS One.
Oh yeah, Too Short. Too Short in particular. I wish Too Short would have been higher on the list. Too Short was highly influential to how West Coast music and gangster music uh, in general was structured. I mean, those first mixtapes that he made was fucking crazy. It was just wild, random shit, and it was a indicative of the lifestyle being led at the time. But
Mm-hmm.
more than that, it set the standard for what that genre could push at that time. No one was doing that. No one was doing it at the time. This was before people like NWA and people like Ice T, who really developed the style afterwards.
Yeah, man. Look, all my co-host Shadows in the building. What's up, man?
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
You know how to make an interest, huh, man?
Yeah. So I see we got a new person here. What's up? What's up?
Chilling, man. Just
Yeah.
discussing the art.
Why?
But yeah, man, we was just sitting here talking about Snoop Dogg top 10 MCs of all time. Too Short, Ice T, Big Daddy Kane, number 7 D from Run DMC, number 6 Run from Run DMC, number 5 Rakim, number 4 KRS-One, number 3 LL Cool J, number 2 Ice Cube, and number 1 Slick Rick. What's your thoughts? Uh, but yeah, man, going into the next topic. 29 dead, 48 injured in ISIS attack in Afghanistan. Um, this 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 was a interesting situation that's going on in Afghanistan. There was supposed to be a peace treaty between these two groups. ISIS has taken credit. You know when they take credit for shit, you know, but they took credit for this ambush. It was an ambush. Whereas it was a war between the officers there in Afghanistan and ISIS. It was at a
Oh,
prison. Yeah, it was at a prison. Roughly 1,500 had escaped. I think they had captured like 1,000. They still had 500, mostly Taliban. It was in that prison. A few ISIS members, but mostly Taliban. So it's yeah, it's crazy over there in Afghanistan right now.
Definitely. I agree. But
why?
I don't understand how that's America's problem. We've been in there for 19 years, bro. What have we done? What have we done but except stir the hornet's nest? Uh,
Right?
I don't think America has enough fucking problems. We should not be, and as terrible as that is, I agree that is terrible. But would that be happening if we hadn't intervened in the 80s? If Reagan hadn't give the Taliban weapons to fight the USSR? If they hadn't done that, that's the start of the domino, and it just led to this right now. However, 40 plus fucking years later, I think we just need to back out. Honestly, we need to focus on America first
Ex-
and not worry about these foreign affairs.
Back. Yeah, because we got a lot more going on in America than they do out there.
mhm. Absolutely. 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 Side note. Congress has gone on vacation. Trump signed executive order, stimulus, the extended unemployment. I think it's like 400 now, 400 a week. I believe the stimulus still 1,200. Um, I think I don't know how to feel about him. I think him signing it now because he could have been done it. Why? First, I would like to know why it is so. Second off, I would like to. I want to say, they got a saying, "To whom much is given, much is required." I'm feeling like it's a political show that you now decided to do this when you could have done this way back the first time. Before they even much decided to. Why did you have to wait till the Congress was deadlocked before you decided to sign this? Oh, that's what I'm saying. When you knew they needed more funding, instead of just sign the order for the funding. Is it grandstanding? Is it genuine? I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Do you want to take this one? Or you want me to go first?
You can go for it.
Well, I have a lot. I actually have some thoughts on this. So I went to my family today. What I'm saying, I don't get to see my family a lot this year because of COVID. Both my parents are over 50. So you got to chat with them. We were talking about it, and it's really frustrating. This, unfortunately, the executive orders, I guess you could put air quotes in front of that, uh, really doesn't mean much because let's start with the payroll tax. Well, the payroll tax is something that isn't even enforceable. If companies don't want to enforce it, they don't have to enforce that and give that to their employees. And second off, if they do, there is stipulation in there that that money that you won't have to pay taxes in, you'll have to pay in your taxes next year.
Mm-hmm.
So you may get that money on September through December, but come fucking February or come fucking April, whenever you pay your taxes, I try to pay mine in February. Um, Come fucking April though, when most people pay their taxes, you're gonna have to pay that money back. So it's stupid. It's like saying, hey, everything's gonna be good by April. Well, it won't. I'm sorry. There's just no economist saying that it will be better by April.
Right.
And then you have yeah, and then you have the uh, the the 400 extra dollars a month. That's great, but that's another thing that doesn't have to be enforced, and it's up depending to the states. It's like states' rights. They don't have to enforce that. So a lot of red states, I don't foresee forcing that. That's an opportunity for democratic states, for blue states to enforce it. I see a lot of blue states are probably going to enforce it in my mind, in my eyes. But a lot of red states like Texas, where I live, they're not gonna fucking enforce that. No way. They want it to go back to a measly, um, whatever. I think it's like 60% of your salary. Which, if you don't make a lot of money, going back to the point earlier about what it's like to actually be fucking poor and spend over 80% of your income on survival needs, where you don't have enough money to invest in something of value to expand your money, you're not gonna be able to take advantage of that.
Right.
So it really puts a lot of hard on people, and the fact that it's not even enforceable, like, it's not.
Right. Right. I'm from Louisiana. I'm definitely a state, but New Orleans is not one of those places. But the state is a Republican state, so it's like we get paid like 9 cents a week or unemployment down here without the Ford. So that was some eating out boost that they was giving us. Like right now, it's just makes no like you can't expect nobody to live off $91. So people's expenses. So like soon as this be 2 and 3 hundred, it's impossible. I don't know what they're gonna fix it, but I'm hoping that the best for everybody. Tell them you gotta find some side hustles or something to sustain yourself. Do that. Find your way to bring in your own money. They got business.
No, for real. And to go back to that, it's not even over. It gets worse. So the eviction moratorium, you should know specifically, bro, because you live in Louisiana. Y'all were having protests over landlords evicting you guys.
Right.
It was on the news. I saw it. Many people I watched
Yeah.
covered it. That eviction moratorium is also up to states' rights and private landlords, which is almost everyone. I don't know about you. I mean, if you're in public housing, it's different. But if private landlords, which is most of the fucking people in Texas, unfortunately, um, they have the right to say, nah, we're not going to follow that. It goes back to the employer. If they don't believe that they have to improve that, you're gonna have to pay your rent regardless. Otherwise, you are going to be evicted. And I foresee a bunch of riots happening just at the same level or a higher level of the George Floyd killing in retaliation if evictions skyrocket, like they might possibly do.
Right. I totally agree. Yeah, it's just it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it's the world that we live in, and I would hope that everybody, know, I know it's a hard situation to kind of do that.
It is hard, and that's if you can get on unemployment. Do you know how fucking hard it is to get on unemployment right now?
I imagine it's probably really fucking.
It is. There's tons of people just being on for like 10 hours calls, waiting for someone to pick up. They're overloaded, they're overflooded. This is an antiquated system that hasn't been updated since I don't know, like since the 19 fucking 60s, to be honest with you. They like to call us a fucking welfare state, but this welfare is fucking pennies on the dollar, and it's a pity compared to what is going on in other countries. In other countries, they furloughed their workers and they get 80% of their wages, not 60, 80%. I have a friend that makes beats for me, or makes beats in general. He's a fucking dope dude. His name is Severed Headphones. He lives in the UK, like right out of London. And he was working 2 jobs. He got 80% of his wages. They told him to stay home. The government paid those wages, and then when it was over, he immediately got his job back. It was never taken away. He was just sitting and waiting and collecting the money because they care about their citizens.
It's crazy. But man, we gonna wrap it up. We gonna podcast up today. But we gonna close out with my co-host Merle's performing his performing what is it performing again?
I believe it's halfway blunted, to be honest.
Halfway blunted. You got your vocals and all that in your beat. You can play it on your end.
Yo. Hey yo, I got the stock like Getty Images, not here for petty penmanship. Better be ready to finish this, cause I'm sending shots like this is Wimbledon. Bewildering simpletons in my spare time, these red rhymes shine like sunken treasure. They give me, you must be better than the national average. Meet up and dap for the package, I'm out of master of rapping. Even by a fractional passage, a passionate word smashing. Yeah. Always in a rush the way the custos be acting. Rappers acting like there's a cast in action. Cause it's the principle of prose that I put into these songs. Instrumentals glow after I put these vocals on. Cause yo, venomous flow salty like Kuba Khan. Careful, I'ma have to put my Cobra Khan on the way I'm spitting this acidic. Invite the women, I'ma send the best girls to my critics. This EP, we done did it. Shit on gravity like I beat physics. Shit tatted on me, I felt each digit. This the path for me, no feast, listen. I'm back to the page like a novice, untamed and hyperbolic. I'm faced by lesser knowledge, I cape for better offers. No cage like the one on my collar. For slow days to show face and no ways of full play, they get no grace. Lacking patience, what they told me.